Yo, what's up, babies? It's your boy Tiger back here again, playing Pokemon Crystal. Now here is something new. I think it's a double battle. Did they add double battles? Or is it just single battles? No, it's just single battles. Okay, they don't add doubles until Gen 3. Anyways, like I was gonna say, yo, what's up, babies? It's your boy Tiger here playing Pokemon Crystal once more. Last episode we did a bunch. Union Cave, Slowpoke Well, the Ilex Forest. We went to go find the Farfetch. We fought our rival. We saved, like I said, Slowpoke Well. We saved the Slowpokes, and we ended up talking to Kurt. And we also got the HM cut. So like we did so much. I know I didn't do the dex entries for the Ilex Forest. I was going to, but then the video was already way too long. So I was just like, I'm just gonna cut. I'm not even gonna do it. It's not that I'm not gonna, cut it out. It's just I'm not gonna put it in because it took so long. And anyways, let me take $200 from these twins. As you can see here, our repel wore off. There's a bunch of trainers and I'm just gonna skip them. Super easy. We're just gonna wash them. So let me just skip all of this. Making our way over here to the gym leader. Over here talk to Bugsy. Then they say, "Hi, I'm Bugsy. I never lose when it comes to bug Pokemon. My research is going to make me the authority on bug Pokemon. Let me demonstrate what I've learned from my studies." Yes, it's gonna be super easy. I could just literally throw it tacky. I'm gonna burn you and I'm gonna take your cash and leave. But something about them is they lead off with Metapod. Not only that, the second Pokemon I think is a Kakuna, and then the third Pokemon I think is just a Scyther. Really cool bug Pokemon. Will I go over them? No, I will not. Bro, look at this, level 20. We're just grinding with Tacky. No. I think I'll just stay with the Kakuna. This is an easy steamroll. I was thinking about putting, what's your name? Of Ketchup. I was thinking of putting Ketchup with the little, in the side right here. But then I was like, no, I kind of don't want to do that. It's too much work. Even though it's not. Super lazy. Scyther up here. I'm coming here with level 16, but Fury Cutter, not doing much. It's not strong to begin with. It gets stronger the more times you use it, but it has to connect. So if you do miss, it will pretty much reset and go back. See, it did much more damage, but since we're outclassing it out here by 4 levels, we just tank it. We get a crit right here. Bugsy, shut your bitch ass up. You ain't really worth shit. Leader Bugsy was defeated. Fuck. Alright, okay, you win. Take this badge, and we also get $1,600. Pretty cool, a lot of money. We get the Hive badge. The Hive badge does give us a stat boost, don't know which stat. Okay, I don't care about that one. Don't care about that one. Alright, whatever. I guess we get Fury Cutter. We get the ability to use Cut, and that's it. If you don't miss, it gets stronger every turn. Yep. Literally what I told you guys. Don't care about you. I always thought Bugsy was a girl, but like, I think you could talk to him. Be like, yeah, great job. Well, anyways, Bugsy's a dude. So, if you were younger and you thought Bugsy was cute, you are now certified gay. Not me though. I did think Bugsy was a girl though. Alright, we're gonna go quick in here. We're gonna go get our Rattata for our little HM usage. Not you. We're gonna go get a Rattata, give it cut, and I will see you guys in the Ilex Forest. Okay, now that we're back here in the Ilex Forest, I will say I did catch the Rattata. Here's the new team we have. We have Mr. Cheese. Mr. Cheese could not learn cut, so I was like, okay, whatever. So then I decided to go get Stu, the Sparrow, which could not learn cut. So then I went to our Savings Grace, minimum wage employee, and minimum wage employee actually learned how to use cut. So they're gonna go, they're not gonna get paid jack shit, maybe like 1 berry per 5 trees, but now we get the ability to use cut. But now that we're in the Ilex Forest, let me go over the Pokemon that we can find here. Let's go over what you can find here in the Ilex Forest, and first we got Minimum Wage Employee, also known as Paris. Paris is a dual bug and grass type that is also known as the Mushroom Pokemon. I'm not gonna waste much time. Why? It fucking sucks. It's a grass and bug type, it does by fire, it doesn't really have anything to back it up, it has a creepy looking factor, but that's about it. Please skip it, please ignore it, it's just here to cut trees without getting paid much. And by fishing in the Ilex Forest we can find Poliwag, the tadpole Pokemon. Poliwag is a pure water type, which is it's a baby Pokemon, what you expect, but its speed is pretty good. Look at that 90 speed. But now the thing is, Poliwag can evolve into 2 different Pokemon in quote-unquote final stage. It could evolve into a Poliwrath via Waterstone if you use it, or you could turn it into a Politoad if you trade it with the King's Rock. Being realistic, you could technically only get 1 Poliwrath, but if you manage to sneak in a Politoad, personally I would say Politoad is much better of the 2. And you might be asking why I'm saying Politoad is better, and the reason is since they both share the same move pool, the problem is they learn better special moves compared to physical moves. And that alone just makes Politoad better, since Politoad is more of a special attacker compared to Poliwrath. Hey everybody, it's Tiger here. I just wanted to say this. After recording, I had to put in this voice line, and the reason I did is because I accidentally ended up smacking my mic. So all I did, or all I said, was pretty much that this dude right here gives you the TM for headbutt. That's pretty much it. So now that we have headbutt, we could go immediately use it. Yes. And we will give it to Roly Poly. Roly Poly trying to learn headbutt, but he can't learn more than 4 moves. Yes. Yeah, we don't care about growl. We'll teach it headbutt. Now we are able to headbutt trees and get Pokemon out of them. I think it's specifically these small trees, but they could be found pretty much anywhere in the map. So now that we have the ability to, I'm gonna fight this trainer, but to find Pokemon in the trees, let's go over the Pokemon that we can find. Next up, we have Pineco, the bagworm Pokemon. This Pokemon can be found in the Ilex Forest, but I'm sure it can be found in other trees. But you know, for the sake of the Pokemon that we're able to encounter as we go, let's just say Ilex Forest, okay? Anyways, Pineco here is a pure bug type Pokemon that evolves into Fortress at level 31. Fortress has insane defense, bumping at 140 and a 90-95 attack. It's somewhere in the 90s, trust me. This Pokemon is actually decent. Now you might be like, why is it not good? It has a bunch of attack, it has a lot of defense. It's just pretty much serves one purpose, and it's being a tank. So, but if you need a Pokemon that could just eat up attacks left and right while you res and heal up the rest of your team, go for it. Alright, go here to Route 34. We will encounter new Pokemon here and a bunch of trainers, which let me just battle them. But like I said, let's talk about the Pokemon that we can encounter. And here in Route 34 we have Jigglypuff, the balloon Pokemon. Are they running out of creativity? We already did the balloon anyways, it doesn't matter. Jigglypuff here has high HP, staggering 115 for a middle evolution Pokemon. But the problem is its defense and special defense are relatively low, so it's frail. Even if it turns into a Wigglytuff, it is still frail. It's not worth picking up in my opinion. So my advice to you, please do not pick it up. If you see a wild Jigglypuff just floating in the wind, just let it do its own thing. It ain't no H-Box. Next up we have Ditto, the transform Pokemon. Ditto is a pure normal type that only has a 5% encounter rate, so it is relatively low. Other than that, having a perfect 48 stats all across the board, Ditto fucking sucks ass cheeks, bro. Why? because this game doesn't have abilities just yet, so you can't really use its imposter ability. While it can transform into every Pokemon, you are still wasting a turn to transform, so you'll be in a disadvantage. But the one thing Ditto has going for it is it could breed with pretty much any Pokemon. So if you want to breed a rare Pokemon, example like your starter where you want to get better stats, or even a shiny Pokemon, Ditto is the perfect Pokemon to go and use for that. Then Ditto becomes a top tier Pokemon, well, as long as it's not for battle. And the last normal type Pokemon that we will be talking about is Snubbull, the fairy Pokemon. I know, it's not a fairy type, not until Gen 6 I think. Anyways, Snubbull here has a 30% chance to be found in the afternoon and early morning. But if you catch this Pokemon and evolve it at level 23 into a Granbull, it is a monster boasting a 120 attack and 90 HP. This Pokemon is destroying everything in front of it. It learns very strong moves like Shadow Ball and Sludge Bomb, which are considered physical type moves in this game. And if you are a lovely trainer and shower your little Snubbull with lots of love, you could teach her Return. Return doesn't have an exact base power, but if you have it at max happiness, then Return will have a base power of 102. So it's going to be absolutely destroying everything with Stab. Now let's talk about Abra, the Psy Pokemon. Abra here is a pure Psychic type Pokemon, and even though in Gen 1 its special both attack and defense were 1, and now it got split into 2, so technically it's kind of like a nerf. If you manage to get it into an Alakazam by trading, this is, if not the best Pokemon, or one of the best Pokemon that you could get into your team. Stupid high special attack, incredible special defense, fast as fuck, and having ability to learn the elemental punches, you know, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch. And the best thing is those moves kind of special, so it just complements Alakazam's extremely high special attack. Sadly, like I said, you have to trade it, but if you manage to get an Alakazam, you have gotten one of the best Pokemon to add to your team. There is no way you could go wrong with this Pokemon. Now let's talk about Execute, the Egg Pokemon. Execute is a dual grass and psychic type Pokemon that you can find here in Route 34. Now you can find it by headbutting trees if you are lucky, which should be relatively easy. But if you use the Leaf Stone to evolve it into an Executor, it is a damn good Pokemon. Now it may not be no Alakazam, but it has a high attack stat of 95 HP, 85 defense, and 125 special attack, meaning this Pokemon is still pretty good. Not only does it have access to Psychic and Giga Drain, it also learns really good physical type moves like Explosion and Sludge Bomb. So if you cannot get a hold of Alakazam, Executor is your second best option, and I'm not even trying to downplay it. This is a really good Pokemon to have. And now let's talk about Krabby, the River Crab Pokemon. Krabby here is a pure water type Pokemon that you can find in Route 34 via fishing with the Old Rod, of course. Now its stats, bad, you can see, but there's two stats that, you know, stand out more compared to other ones. And let's talk about those two stats. Not in Krabby form, but Kingler form. If you get this Pokemon into level 28, it will evolve into Kingler, and it is a monster. It has base 130 attack, 115 defense, and mediocre 75 speed. But we're here to talk about its attack and defense. It is extremely high, and if you manage to set up a sword stance, it is turning every Pokemon into a Pokebitch. Now the problem is that its special defense is really low, falling at 50 and its HP at 55. While yes, it can tank physical type moves, it dies very quickly if you can hit a lucky Thunderbolt or a Psychic, or you know, anything that's special. But like I said, if you do not care about that and you want to steamroll physically, Kingler is the way to go. Now that every trainer has been defeated, let's go do something fun. On the next episode, post-production Tiger here, I would like to apologize in advance because well, we're like in the 14-minute mark and I'm still editing. This is gonna take like 40 minutes plus, and I do not want to drop a 40-minute video. So I hope you guys understand, and I will see you guys in part 2. So like always, hope you enjoyed. Peace.